Now, the funny thing about British swear words is this. If you call your mate one of these, it's just banter. You know, a bit of fun, bit of cheek, no harm done. But call a stranger one of these words, it's no longer banter, it's a proper insult. And if you stick the F word in front of it, that's when it turns aggressive. At that point, you could be picking your teeth up off of the pavement, because over here, one little word can make all the difference between having a laugh and having a fight. And to my American friends, you'll definitely recognise the last one. But I promise you, in the UK, it means something completely different. So stick around. 5 more words, 5 more chances to guess. Here's your first one. Tosser. Right, this one is a classic. It's a very common British insult, roughly the same as wanker. You'd use this one if someone's being foolish or annoying or just a bit of a nuisance. Say someone cuts in front of you in a queue or a line, you would turn to your mate and say, "Look at that tosser." For my American friends, it's a little bit stronger than a jerk, closer to calling someone a loser or an arsehole. Next up, slightly softer, Prat. Now this one's for someone that's being a bit of a fool, an incompetent idiot who usually thinks they're smarter than they actually are. You know the type, the sort of person that trips over their own shoelaces and blames the pavement or sidewalk. You might say, he's only tried to fix his car with duct tape. What a prat. It's lighter than tosser, but more daft than nasty. For an American, it's roughly the same as calling someone a jerk, a fool, or maybe a doofus. Next up, knob. Now while it can also mean a handle on a door, in the UK, it's one of our most common and vulgar words for penis. You would call an arrogant or idiotic bloke a knob, especially if he's just caused a kerfuffle. You might say he reversed into his own gate and blamed the car. What a knob. In short, it's simple and always gets the point across. And for my American friends, it's a pretty direct translation. Dick or dickhead. By the way, while exploring these insults, I might drop in a few words of British slang without even realising it. If you've heard anything you don't understand, stick it in the comments and I'll explain it for you. And if you're enjoying this, do me a quick favour and hit that subscribe button. It really helps a new channel like mine get noticed. Cheers for that. Right, back to the madness. One of my favourites, Bellend. Now this one's got, shall we say, an anatomically accurate origin. It literally means the head of your penis. As an insult, it's a strong one. You would use it for someone who's a right nuisance, someone acting like a total idiot. You might say, he's parked across 2 spaces at Tesco's. What an absolute bellend. It's blunt, it's British, and always hits the mark. And for our American friends, the closest match, both in meaning and power, is dickhead. Muppet. Yes, a Muppet, a lovable puppet. But in the UK, if you call someone a Muppet, you're calling them a bit of a dimwit or someone that's foolish, though sometimes it's said with a bit of a grin. You might say, he left his keys in the fridge. What a Muppet. It's daft, it's harmless, and it's one of those insults that somehow sounds friendly. The American version, it's like calling someone a dummy, an idiot, or a goofball. And if you love these swear words, you're gonna love this video. As for me, I'm out of here.